Hey, what's up guys? So if you've ever wondered if it's possible to have kids during residency or fellowship, or if it is possible, what is it really like raising kids during residency or fellowship, then you guys are going to want to watch this.
Morning everyone, it's about 5 a.m. I'm gonna hit legs on this beautiful Friday morning, but before we do that, let's kind of talk about fellowship, kids, time commitment. So we had Elijah during my second year of residency in November, and then we had Ezra during my third year of residency in May. So they're about 18 months apart, which is a challenge in and of itself. But yeah, in terms of time commitment for fellowship, it's very similar to, I would say, second year of residency, just with the amount of call we had. There's no call in fellowship, which is nice, and then we don't have weekend shifts per se, but where that time comes in is covering games. So we have games on the weekdays after clinic, we have games on the weekends, so there is technically work, but it's not hard work, it's not bad work. You're not seeing a ton of patients per se. You're just going to the game, enjoying the game, and then treating anyone who needs to be treated. So there is a level of time commitment there. If I had to guess, 40 to 50 hours on a week with no coverage, and then a week with coverage, maybe bumping that up to about 60-ish hours. And I think, depending on the job you pick after fellowship, not a ton of jobs have as much coverage as you'll do in fellowship, because in fellowship they try to get you everything, see everything, and do all the sports. So it's pretty rare to find a job that has all of that coverage. That gives you kind of a realistic expectation. With fellowship, we only have a half day of clinic of our own patients, so we're not doing a ton of charts after the fact. We do charts for attendings in other clinics, but we typically sign those day of. Little bit difference in workflow there, in time commitments outside of work. I'll let you guys know how that responsibility changes once I become an attending this fall. So kind of nailing down that time expectation kind of helps you realize what time do you have left to spend with your kids and your family. But we're gonna go hit legs. Plan is some variation of squat, whether it's hack or Smith machine. I've stepped away from free weight squats just to focus more on hypertrophy and do a squat movement that keeps more tension on my legs throughout the whole movement versus free weights. We'll do a hamstring movement, whether it's RDLs or hamstring curls. I'll try and hit leg extensions if they're open, and then calf raises, and then if I have time, I'll do either like a walking lunge, a split squat, hip thrust, hip abduction, one of those, kind of finish off my workout. But I gotta get moving. I'll see you in the next clip. Can you say good morning? Mwah. Wow. Well, I'm doing some squats too. Good squats. Whoa. Good morning. Is it too bright? Good morning. Oh, you giving your brother a hug? So sweet. Wow. Oh, that's a big yawn. Bye-bye, Ez. See you later. Alright, dude. See you later. To infinity and beyond. Psh.
What are you doing?
Saying bye. Love you. KP. Love you. Had a busy morning as usual getting the kids ready for daycare. Just made it to work with a couple minutes to spare here, so I figured I'd talk about continuing to balance fellowship with kids. Let me set this up here. So now that you guys have an idea of kind of like the time commitment with fellowship, now let's talk about how I'm able to balance that with kids. So Madison does work. She works as a nurse manager. She works a full 40 hours a week. So we're pretty freaking busy, but she does so much with the kids, and I'm very fortunate that she's able to do that. And I'm super fortunate and thankful for everything that she does with the kids. But basically what I've done is shifted my schedule to be awake before the kids and then go to bed shortly after my kids. So that way I'm not basically sleeping in or being super tired when they wake up, because they get up super early. Like Ezra this morning was up probably around 4:30, 5 a.m. Elijah will typically wake up around 6 a.m. as well. So really switching my day to match their schedule has just made everything that much easier. It's way more miserable, way more tiring when you're tired and still trying to get your 6, 7, 8 hours of sleep, but your kids are wide awake, ready to go. So that's the whole reasoning behind that shift in schedule. Other big things is just really like communicating what my coverage is, what my schedule is like, which I'm not always the best at, but doing that with Madison to help balance, okay, who's gonna drop the kids off, who's gonna pick them up, who's gonna take Elijah to swimming. So all that sort of stuff is kind of how we've balanced fellowship having 2 kids. And yeah, our days fly by, they're like jam-packed, but wouldn't have it any other way. And I think it's definitely worth, if you want to start a family and are thinking about starting a family while in medicine, if your specialty has that schedule or allows it, a ton of call or a ton of 12-hour shifts, it is definitely doable. So anyways, guys, I gotta run into work. Today I'm at ortho clinic with one of the orthopedic surgeons. I'll see you guys after clinic. All right, guys, just got a fresh haircut. Had a pretty fun day in clinic. The ortho that I work with doesn't use ultrasound. Most orthos don't. All of our injections were landmark guided, which is definitely different for us. So it's good to get both aspects. You don't always have an ultrasound to guide you. So it's good to be able to know how to do landmark injections as well. So it's always fun getting that experience. After that, we went over some reading. So today we covered ethics in sports medicine and just dealing with, you know, like, who does your loyalty belong to? Is it the patient? Is it the team? It depends on the circumstance. Who do you listen to in terms of, like, if you're dealing with an adolescent athlete and the athlete doesn't want surgery but the parent wants surgery? Just all of these ethical dilemmas that you may experience in sports medicine. So it was good, like, basically discussing those ethics, going over them, and really figuring out what's the right thing that you should do. So that was my afternoon, and then got a haircut, and then now it's time to pick up the kids because Elijah's got swimming. Hey, you ready to go swimming? You don't want to go swimming? It's gonna be so fun.
Wow, that's heavy. Did you get it?
Hey, what are we watching? Transformers?
Yeah, just much.
Hey, what do you think it's like having kids in, like, residency and fellowship? What do you think about that? Do you think it's easy? Do you think it's hard? What's your experience? Or what's your experience been from, like, the kid side?
No, wait.
Has it been good or?
No! No!
Oh, you're crazy.
Shoes.
Shoes? Oh, I gotta tickle you.
No!
Are you so crazy?
God. No, lock it. Maybe down.
Okay.
That thing.
That one? That's a bad guy, huh?
No, lock it. Back on.
The kids are fed and getting ready to go to bed. Just gonna go ahead and clean up here and start getting ready for bed too. Having kids is always gonna be busy, no matter whether you're in residency, in med school, and attending. It's gonna be a lot of work. I would say there's never the right time. Obviously, some times are better than others, but there's just never gonna be the right time to do it. I mean, I think we're both super happy with how we did things and how we're balancing life, and we wouldn't have it any other way. So if you're thinking about it and trying to plan your family and have kids, especially in residency or fellowship, and you think you have the time to do it, then I would say do it. There's no better time than now, and it's never guaranteed either. So at least give it a shot and see what happens. So anyways, if you guys have more questions on what it's like raising kids or want me to dive into more specific topics on raising kids during residency or fellowship, definitely let me know and we'll be happy to do that for you. Hopefully you enjoyed today, and hopefully some of that information was helpful and useful to you. Make sure you guys comment down below what you guys want to see next. I'll see you guys next time.